Hi guys, it's me Giselle. In this video, I'm showing you some tricks and tips that I would recommend you guys to use on any special occasion like prom, a wedding, or a quinceañera, a baptism, first day of school maybe. And I use the Manny MUA palette that he did with Makeup Geek. And if you don't have this palette, don't feel bad. Some of these eyeshadows are sold on the website of Makeup Geek, but some of these eyeshadows are not permanent though. So if you want to create this look, maybe you can find some shades similar in other palettes. This is actually the first time that I used it, and I love it. It's so beautiful. I mean, come on, it's Manny MUA. Of course he would do something amazing and really good. It's a really good palette. So if you have it, maybe you can recreate it. Let's just get on to the video because I know this is going to be a long one, and if you already know some tips and tricks, just skip through it. And I know my voice can get a little annoying, so I don't blame you, so you can skip through it. You'll be fine. So let's just start in with this tutorial because I'm going to be explaining to you guys a lot of steps in order for you to have a full face of makeup, but it won't melt off during the day because I'm assuming, I have never been to prom because I'm only a sophomore, but prom is going to be a very long day for you, so I want your makeup to last all day. I'm like out of breath. So when I first do someone's makeup, I always start with the eyes on my clients. Now personally on me, it varies on the eye look that I'm doing. Let me just look for an eye primer. Okay, so this is one of the eye primers that I use on my clients. I feel like this one, it really adheres to your eyeshadow, but in a good way, it doesn't make it like skip on your eyelids or anything. And I do have mascara on from earlier today, but I took off all the other makeup on me, so I only have mascara on, so don't worry. So first things first, basic rule, always grab a fluffy brush, and this is a Sigma E35, and I'm just gonna grab the lightest shade right here as a transition shade. This is in the shade Beaches and Cream, and this is one of their permanent shades. As you're noticing, I am holding it from the very back of the handle. This is a technique that I learned from Patrick Starr. So by you holding the brush from the back of the handle, it's going to apply the eyeshadow very lightly, so it's not going to be as harsh. And that's what you want for this transition shade. You want it to be as blown out as possible. You want to go with an eyeshadow that's 1 to 2 shades darker than your skin tone. This will help you have an eyeshadow look that will look like you went to MAC or if you went to some professional makeup artist. Trust me, I have learned this the hard way because I remember just grabbing like a dark eyeshadow and just putting it here and then trying my hardest to blend it out. And I mean, you can do that, but it doesn't really look professional in my personal opinion. But if you like it that way, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. That's just my tip for you guys. And the other reason why I'm starting with the eyes first is because when you have eyeshadow fallout, you can easily just wipe it off and not worry about foundation. Next, I'm going with a little darker shade, and this is Sora. And taking it with like a tapered brush. Not too fluffy, but it's not too like dense. And applying it to the outer, let me get closer, the outer part of my eye. This is going to be a very simple, neutral look because I want to make a look that everyone can use on their prom day. Using the same brush, I'm going in with this shade Frappe, which is another permanent shade. Now I'm going to take the same brush that we first started with, and I'm going in with a bit of Sora and Peaches and Cream. And very lightly, I'm going to blend all this out. I'm going to add a little bit more depth into my eyes by adding this shadow here named Aphrodite. So with the same tapered brush, in this whole eye look, I'm just going to use 4 eyeshadow brushes because I want to show you how easy it is to achieve this look. With this dark eyeshadow, I'm going to add it to the very, very ends of my eyes. As you can tell, I'm holding the brush very close to the bristles when I'm adding, like packing the color. But when I want to blow it out, I'm going to hold it from the end to make everything look seamless and not as harsh. I'm going to add a little bit of Frappe on my brush, but very, very small amount, not a lot. You really don't want your eyeshadows to look unblended, so that's why I'm going back and forth. with like those lighter shades that we first commenced with, because that will help our eyes to look blended. Now, if you wanted to, you can add a darker color, which is like a black color. So I'm going to use Makeup Geek's Corrupt eyeshadow, just a small amount of it, and the same place where we added that dark brown. And then I'm going to blend this out with no additional product on my brush. I'm using a makeup wipe. I'm going to add shimmer because I like a little bit of glitz and glam, but if you don't, honestly, you can just add a very matte eyeshadow right here, and then that's it. You can be done. Taking this brush from Zoeva in 234 Luxe Smoky Shader. I'm going to take Luna. And then to blend those two shades together, I'm taking the tapered brush from before and I'm going to blend them together. To make my eyes pop, I'm going to use this shade here in the name Artemis. I don't know how to say it. It's just this pearly white. Putting this into the tear duct and then blending it a little bit with the pink. It's almost like an ombre effect. Okay, I'm going to back with my face. I will later show you how to do the lower lash line. Just wait. I already know that there are some girls that are very self-conscious about their facial hair. Don't worry, I am too. I think every girl is, come on, let's be honest. But these are my favorite things to use on my facial hair personally. So to take off the peach fuzz that I have right here, I take it off with this little razor that I found at Target. But basically you just do this and it removes like that peach fuzz. I do it because it applies makeup smoother. It looks better, I think. Personally, I think, you don't have to do it. But I've noticed when I put highlighter on or powder, I could totally tell I have it on. You could see it if I like turned. You could see like my little peach fuzz in the sun or something, And then this one is a Nair hair removal cream. And I use this for my peach fuzz on top of my lip. I recommend you to do this a day or maybe 2 days before your prom, because when you take your facial hair off, your face is a little bit irritated. So don't do it the day of prom, because then you'll be stressing out because the foundation won't cover up the redness. So that's a tip for you. So now that you have everything prepped and clean for your face, obviously put moisturizer on. You want to go with a face primer for your foundation, and I'm going to use a Smashbox Photo Finish one because it has the name Photo Finish and you want to look bomb in your photos, so this will help your foundation look great in pictures. And you obviously want to use a foundation meant for pictures. Like I'm using the Makeup Forever HD Ultra HD stick. This has no SPF, so in reality you can use any foundation without an SPF and you'll be fine. Now for your pores, I know a lot of girls struggle from that. This one is very talked about on YouTube. This is a Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. This is the smoothing one. This is really, really expensive, but I'm going to show you a drugstore alternative. This is the L'Oreal Revitalift Miracle Blur. This does the same thing. I've been using this for almost 2 years now. I like it because it does fill my pores. As a normal combination girl, I'm going to put a little bit of a highlighter on top of my cheekbones. And this is the Becca one, if you're wondering. Adding this to the tops of my cheeks and only where I want to look glowy. And now while all my primers are settling into my face, I will go in with the rest of my eyes. I'm going to put a simple line on my eyelids. I'm going to use a L'Oreal gel liner, and this is in the shade Blackest Black. Don't pay attention to this eye. I'm just going to show you the lashes I'm going to be using. These are the Eylure eyelashes from Vegas Nay, and these are the Shining Star ones. I'm going to do this off camera because this does take a while, so I'll show you how they look in the end. I did my eyelashes and my eyebrows, and I really want to show you how I'm going to clean them up because, oh, they got really bad. I'm going to take some concealer and just clean them up. Okay, that's the best it's going to get. So now we can start with foundation. So, like I said, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick, and I'm in the shade 120. I'm going to blend this out with a damp beauty blender. And for concealer, I'm using the Master Conceal from Maybelline. I'm in the shade Light. Girls, if you want to highlight, please do not go 2 or more shades lighter, because when you take flash photography, you can tell that that concealer does not match your skin. So this is a shade lighter than my skin, and that is literally the lightest I will go, because I'm scared of having like major flashback of triangles underneath my eyes. So I play it safe. To set my whole face, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever HD powder. This is going to help set my face, obviously, but it won't put any flashback because it is meant for pictures. Then to set my under eyes, I'm going to use the highlighting powder from Smashbox. This is their contour palette. Then to bronze my skin, I'm going to take that middle shade with the Physicians Formula. With my Real Techniques 100 brush. To deepen up my contour, I'm going to take a little brush and that gray toned brown and just putting this into the hollow of my cheekbones. I'm going to add a little bit of blush, and this is Milani's Romantic Rose. Now to highlight, I'm going to use these highlighters from Tarte's Lightning palette. This is from their Rainforest of the Sea collection. I'm pretty sure. I feel like these literally make my cheekbones wet. Like, you just need to see. Taking my highlighting brush from Sigma. This is their tapered highlighter brush. I'm going to take both of these shades because I don't know which one I want to use. I want to try this technique out where you put like Fix Plus on it. Oh my gosh. I personally don't like highlighting the whole bridge of my nose. I only like doing it in the tip. I'm going to take a little bit of Frappe, which is this one right here. Just dust this all over the lower lash line. I'm going to take a little bit of Mars, which is this beautiful cranberry shade. I'm putting it a little closer to my lash line so it's not as low as Frappe went. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Aphrodite, putting this directly on my lash line. To make my lower lashes not as dusty looking, I'm going to put some mascara on them. I think I'm going to go for the MAC lipstick because I haven't used this thing forever. This is in the shade Viva Glam too, by the way. To make it last longer, I would recommend using a lip liner. I don't have one near me right now, so I'm not going to even bother, but you guys know what a lip liner looks like, right? So once I'm done with my makeup, I like going in with a finishing spray. What this is going to do is make your makeup stay longer, and will take off that powdery look that you have on your face, and it just feels really good after applying all that powder on your face. So yeah guys, I think that's it. I really hope you guys learned something, and I'm sorry if this video is too long, by the way, because I know it will be. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.